hard enough to stand out in a 9-minute presentation, but I think I learned the secret. And I'm surprised there's not a rush next door where they're playing the Jackson 5 and serving cocktails right now. My name is Pete Rupert. I'm the president and founder of Fusion Education Group, formerly American Education Group. And we're a 6-year-old company headquartered in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And we're excited to talk to you about our school model, a unique school model called Fusion Academy today. Obviously, for anybody in this room, this is no new news. The education industry, as we all know it, and the reason we're all here today, has been very slow to react to the challenges and the problems and the issues over the last 20 or 30 years. I hit the same button and nothing happened. And I did? There we go. So the future of education, as we see it, and as I know everybody in this room sees it, is that it will be about specialization, customization, and individualization. And those companies that can get there first, those school models, those providers, will win. Very few parents would say this about their child's education here in the United States. Rarely does someone say, my child's education is remarkable, or one of a kind, or out of a box. But what we believe, what we have with Fusion Academy, is something that is like that. Fusion Academy simply is a revolutionary, one-to-one private school that's completely customized to the individual needs of each one of our students. One-to-one meaning one student and one teacher in every classroom. A couple summary points, highlights of our model is that it's a college prep alternative school, generally targeted for kids who are falling through the cracks in the traditional system, whether it be public or private schools. These children come to us, but we also have a number of students who come to us due to the flexibility needs they have, such as athletes or actors or actresses or musicians, or just people who are not being challenged in their traditional school and want to accelerate their learning, oftentimes to graduate early. But the majority of our kids are kids who are falling through the cracks. We're a 6th through 12th grade model, middle school and high school. We have a full-time academy, which at capacity only has about 70 full-time kids. But in addition, we have a learning center where in the afternoons and evenings, to throw more business through the box, we have a tutoring and classes for credit program so that we can tutor and provide students who have failed or were challenged in Algebra 2, for instance, to come back, take that credit for us, and get that grade and go back to their other school. That's a big feeder for our full-time program, as you can imagine. We also have as I mentioned, everything is completely customized around the needs of each individual student. And we focus just as much on the social and emotional success of our children and our students as we do on the academic side. In fact, that social and emotional foundation, we hit that first for these kids who are struggling before we can ultimately get the academic success. Our core components is that the foundation of who we are, what makes us successful, is that we understand our students. In a one-to-one environment, we have a phenomenal opportunity to build relationships with these students, many of whom have never had a strong relationship with any teachers whatsoever in their previous lives. These are the kids who often sat in the back of the classroom, pulled their hats over their eyes, and never really interacted with the student body or the teacher in many cases. All of our classes are one-to-one. It doesn't mean you're with the same teacher all day long. You have each of your classes is a different teacher in a one-to-one environment. Flexible scheduling. Some of our kids are front-load their schedules so they go full-time and then some on Monday and Tuesday so they can travel or do their training or whatever it is that they do in the latter half of the week. We also have kids who come in the morning or in the afternoons or evenings. And we have a mastery learning model. It's not 10 weeks necessarily. Some of our kids take 12 or 13 or 14 weeks to master a class, and so we will extend that class accordingly. And we also have a big emphasis on creative expression. Many of these kids who struggle really find their love in art or music. So we have a significant art program, and we also have a state-of-the-art recording studio, soundproof music rooms, again, all one-to-one. So kids who are into music can continue to increase their instrumental success, or if they're singers, they can record songs, etc. And then finally, many of our kids do need therapeutic support, and so we partner with the parents to define a program for them in that area. At the end of the day, because of that one-to-one system, our teachers are mentors and coaches, and that's what allows them to, like I said in the beginning, build that relationship and open up the kids to their success. A little bit about our business function here. We originally acquired the model from an entrepreneur named Michelle Rose Gilman, who's still with us today and is a key contributor. We bought Fusion Academy in Solana Beach in December of 2008. We started to replicate it first in LA in February of 2010. Today we have 16 schools, 12 in California, 4 in the New York area. Our plan is to have 30 schools in the next 3 years, and we believe that the footprint here in the U.S. will hold at least 100 schools, and there's international opportunities beyond that. Real quickly, starting in Solana Beach, we have 2 schools down in San Diego. You can see 2 in Orange County, 4 in the LA area, and then 4 up in San Francisco. And then we have 4 in New York, Long Island, Manhattan, White Plains, and northern New Jersey. Our growth plans are to go from the 16 we currently have to at least 32 over the next 3 fiscal years. And with a revenue projected to grow the same, we'll deliver about $26 million in revenue this year and expect that to grow north of $60 million 3 years hence. Our unit model is also strong on a financial perspective, all in between upfront capital expenses to outfit a building and a school, to pre-opening expenses as well as first-year losses. It costs us about $1 million to get started, and we expect that we'll break even in year 2 and oftentimes even before that, and with a payback period of 3.5 years typically. So we're excited about our future. We think Fusion is a compelling model that really wins on several fronts. One is it's a unique educational model that really delivers a fantastic result for kids. And I think the highlight for us in our organization is graduation day. Because our schools are so small, at our graduations, when there's 6 or 8 or 10 kids getting up to graduate, each and every student speaks. And they often tell their story about how Fusion changed their lives and got them back on track and was able to get them on track to college and move them on to bigger and better things. And in most cases, there's not a dry eye in the house. So the power of the emotional reward we have through this program and the school model is really fantastic. Thirdly, we have an aggressive expansion plan with a proven financial model, and we have an experienced management team. We have most of the senior executives who work with me were also working with me at National Heritage Academies, where I was prior to launching this. So we're excited about it. We're glad that, to be at this conference and look forward to speaking with many of you later. Thank you very much.